Hello, accountability buddies. This is week 11 of 100 days of making cyberpunks. It's where I'm spending 100 days tracking the progress of my comic cyberpunks and throwing in some insights while I'm doing it. This week, I just don't get my workflow. I like charged through a vector in one day, and I was like, cool, I'll do this the rest of the week and catch up. And yeah, they did not all go that fast. So I am ahead of page in vectors. I did 3 pages this week, where my goal is to do 2 a week. But I don't even know. I haven't been in my my office to double check what page I'm even on and stuff as far as drawing goes. So I basically didn't get much else done, even though I got more done of the hardest step. So it's kind of a wash. But one thing I also did is because I'm getting ready to start getting cyberpunks out there, I'm going to have people proofread it. And I've had a problem with proofreading before because I don't know if I said this in another video or not, because I do a lot of takes I throw out. But a lot of times when people read my stuff, they assume any mistakes in there are on purpose, that they just don't get it, because people think I'm smart. So, which, is nice, but, I make mistakes. So usually what happens with me is I edit something around, and it's such a hassle to edit in Illustrator that I try to edit half the sentence, and the cursor moves, and like there's a L just in the middle of a word where it doesn't belong, or well, that stuff they usually catch. I'm trying to think of something, but basically I'll think of a different way to phrase something, and instead of just rewriting it on a separate thing and then pasting it in, the sentence doesn't make sense. Or also, what I'm always worried about happening is that my when I change something around, it won't make sense then, because a lot of times I word things a specific way because it's foreshadowing something that's going to happen later, or it's calling back something that happened earlier. So that way people, mentally connect what's happening now to that thing that happened earlier, that kind of thing. And so I was at a convention 2 weeks ago, and I was talking to one of my friends, Isaac Crawford, who does these twisted fairy tale things you should check out. And because if you like Mignola stuff, you'll probably like his stuff. He does nice high contrast stuff. But anyways, I was talking to him about this whole editing thing, and he was saying that another artist in town has a private Facebook group that he shares stuff to, so people can give him feedback on it. And so I tried that out, and I just posted everything a few minutes ago, so I'll let you know how it goes. But I am at the stage where, I'm always when I'm working on stuff, I'm always wondering if I should be working on some other project. Is this really the thing that's going to carry me further and reach a wider audience? Is this one going to find an audience? Because I think all my stuff's kind of is worthwhile. I just wonder if I have to build an audience before I can do certain things, and am I selling out enough, I guess is what I'm asking. And so I just kind of wonder that with cyberpunk sometimes, because a lot of times when I'm doing stuff, it seems like my widest net I'm casting, and then in hindsight, I'm just like, why did I pick that one? That doesn't make any sense now. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm struggling with right now. How good is the idea, And then kind of the other issue too with me doing a feedback site is that, comics are so much work, and I'm trying to do it monthly, and like how much can I change when people give me feedback on stuff, especially with the way this vector stuff works. It's so time consuming that I thought I worked really fast this way, but I must have. I mean, I know because my wrists are starting to go that it slowed me down, but I didn't realize by this much. So those are just things I'm struggling with right now. I mean, I'm not doing that bad on the updates. Like, I'm gonna be, at various stages, I might be almost a whole update behind, and this has been like a pretty chaotic time in my life. Like I've been doing a lot of work on the house, and I had the whole thing with my roommate come in, and I've had car issues, and I've just had a lot going on right now, and so this is like a really like good sort of worst case scenario of things that could distract me from my work. So, I'm glad that this was the period that I was tracking my progress. So, I don't know. So, those are just the things I'm kind of struggling with at this point where, and it's tied into another thing too, is that when I'm writing cyberpunks, I imagine cyberpunks as being sort of like an AMC series, where it's like this, it's kind of like the slow progression, and it's like it really focuses on different characters, and like The Walking Dead, or anything like or even Mad Men and stuff like that. That's just how I picture cyberpunks, and like I don't know if when other people read it, that's what they're gonna see, and because if that's what they see, then great, the book's working. That's what it's supposed to do. Is it? But if it's not doing that, if people don't read it that way, that's where it gets hard. And so, I don't know, and I've had comics before where I tried to work on them, and I just wasn't in the right place in my life yet to work on that particular project. And so it's real easy to like question, like, oh, should I put this off? Work on something else. But yeah, I'm committed to doing cyberpunk, so I'm not going to do that. It's just you can't help but think things, so I'm just gonna end it there. If you found any of this useful, or have dealt with this stuff when creating your own art, share with the class and comment below, and until next time.